Hello students, so we continue with the chapter ratio and proportion, and in the last video we had spoken about proportion and the properties of the proportion. I hope you went through, and today we are going to solve these two sums to bring some better clarity on the subject. All right, so let's go to question number 1, which says that if 4m plus 3n if 4m plus 3n upon 4m minus 3n is equal to 7 upon 4. This is given. Use properties of proportion to find. The first part says find the ratio m is to n, and second one says find 2m square minus 11n square upon 2m square plus 11n square. All right, so if you remember in the last video, I had told you that one of the properties, componendo and dividendo, right? If you have seen my last video, you'll be able to understand what I am talking about. The property called componendo and dividendo is very important. And this is the property which we are going to use in this question. All right, so let's start by writing what is given. 4m plus 3n upon 4m minus 3n, okay, is equal to 7 upon 4, right? This is given. And now using componendo and dividendo, what happens in componendo and dividendo? If this is A, this is B, then A plus B, I hope you remember, A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. Right? This is called componendo and dividendo. So using it here, what it makes this as 4m plus 3n, this is A, adding B to it, which is the denominator. So 4m minus 3n, and then dividing whole by A minus B. So what is A? 4m minus 3n minus of, 4m plus 3n minus of 4m, and minus of minus will become plus 3n. So this is componendo and dividendo on the left hand side. Similarly, we will do componendo and dividendo on the right hand side. So A plus B whole upon A minus B. All right. So this makes it 3 and 3 and gets cancelled. This makes it 8m upon 6n. All right. You can see that 4m gets cancelled. 8m upon 6n is equal to 11 upon 3. So what is m upon n? M upon n is 11 upon 3 into 6 will go in the numerator, 8 will come in the denominator. So 6 upon 8. This is 3 2s are 6, 2 4s are 8, and so the answer is 11 is to 4. So what is the ratio of m is to n? 11 is to 4. All right. Now let's come to part number 2. This one, if you see that in the numerator, there is a multiplication of 2 with m square, and then there is a multiplication of the number 11 into n square. Where is it coming from? It looks as if we should know m square and n square. So if I know m upon n, if I know m upon n as 11 upon 4, then I also know m square upon n square, which if I do the square on the right hand side, I get 121 upon 16, right? So 11 square is 121, 4 square is 16. Now I know 11 m square upon n square. But if I do componendo and dividendo here, then I'll get m square plus n square. But do I need m square plus n square? No. I need 2m square and 11n square. And so for that, I will multiply 2 here and 11 in the denominator. And if I'm multiplying 2 by 11 here, I'll also have to multiply 2 by 11 here. All right. So this I'll cancel. 2 8s are 16. 11 11s are 121. So this becomes 11 is to 8. So this becomes 11 upon 8. Now, time to do componendo and dividendo. 2m square upon 11n square. Now, if I do the componendo dividendo, I get a plus b. I hope now you can see this formula. A plus b means 2m square plus 11n square whole upon 2m square minus 11n square. And if I'm doing the componendo and dividendo on the left hand side, I will do it on the right hand side also. So 11 plus 8 upon 11 minus 8, which is 19 upon 3. Okay. So now we have the value of the second part, 2m square plus 11 square, 2m square minus 11 square. But what do we need? We need the reverse of this. And this is where we are going to use another property called invertendo. I hope you have seen in my last video what is invertendo. Invertendo simply means reverse this. So 2m square minus 11n square upon 2m square plus 11n square, and we will have to reverse on the right hand side. So this becomes 3 upon 19. And this is the final answer. I hope it was easy. And let's move to the next one. Again, the question is given x is equal to this much. Use componendo and dividendo to prove that b square is equal to 2a square x upon x square plus 1. So the question is already saying use componendo and dividendo. All right, how should we use componendo dividendo? Let's see what is given on the left hand side. Left hand side is x, right hand side is this. So I am going to make left hand side x upon 1, right? Isn't this x upon 1? It is. Now using the componendo and dividendo on the left hand side will give me x plus 1 upon x minus 1. And on the right hand side, I am sure you are looking at this property. So x plus 1 upon x minus 1 is equal to, now if I do a plus b here, so entire this thing plus the entire this thing goes up. So what will happen is I will get, okay, 2 times of square root of a square plus b square. I will explain. I have just skipped one step. And if I tell you, if I add numerator with the denominator, plus root a square minus b square minus root a square minus b square gets cancelled. And I get root of a square plus b square plus root of a square plus b square, which is 2 times of square root of a square plus b square. Similarly, when I do a minus b, I get 2 times of square root of a square minus b square, right? When I do subtraction, now this minus of this gets cancelled, plus of this. So 2 times of square root of a square minus b square. Do it in detail and you will get to see that this will happen. Now, very simple. This 2 gets cancelled with this 2. Now I have square root on the right hand side. And is there any square root here? So what we do to remove the square root? We square on both sides. I'll square on this side also, and I'll square on this side also. So what will happen is that this will become x plus 1 upon x minus 1, right? Square of this, okay, is equal to, when I do the square of a, square root of a square plus b square, I get a square plus b square, right? And in the denominator, I get, if I do the square of this, I will get a square minus b square. All right. Okay. So I hope you are trying to follow what I am doing. Now let me open on the left-hand side the brackets. And you know what is a plus b whole square? It is x square plus 1 plus 2x whole upon x square plus 1 minus 2x. Okay. And on this side, we have a square plus b square, and in the denominator, a square minus b square. All right, now it is the time to do componendo and dividendo. Componendo and dividendo on both sides. And now see carefully what is going to happen. Again, come back to this formula. A plus b. Okay, I'm going to add the denominator in the numerator. A, this entire thing is A. Let me change the color. Okay, this entire thing is A, and this entire thing is B. I'm going to add A plus B. So what I'm going to get on the left-hand side is 2x squared plus 2, right? And 2x and minus 2x will get cancelled. And what will happen in the denominator? A minus b. So x square will get cancelled. 1 will get cancelled. And I am going to get 2x minus of minus 2x is 4x. This is the left-hand side. What do I do on the right-hand side? A square plus b square plus a square minus b square. So I get 2a square. And what happens in the denominator? When I do this, I get 2b square. All right. So just bit of efforts. And now I can see that 2 gets cancelled. And if you see, this is 2 times of x square plus 1 upon 4x is equal to a square upon b square. And solving this further, 2 is here. And let's see, b square. Now I have, see what we have to prove, that b square is equal to 2a square x upon x square plus 1. All right, so I need this b square on the left-hand side. So b square, if I take it here, b square will be equal to, now let me cross multiply it here. So this makes it a square x, 2a square x. Okay, 2 will also go here, 2a square x whole divided by x square. Where is the x square plus 1? This is x square plus 1, and this comes in the denominator. All right, I hope you have clearly understood what I have done. I am telling you again, cross multiplication. B square goes on this side, right? 2x goes here. So this becomes 2ax, a square x. And now this x square plus 1 will come in the denominator. Hence, b square is equal to 2a square x upon x square plus 1. And this is how we use componendo and dividendo. Bit of efforts required here, but once you do it, and practice it, it will become a lot easier. See you in the next one.